Hi, so what I'm grateful for today? Today I'm grateful for the ability to think, because most of us have a brain but we don't have the ability to reason for ourselves, think for ourselves, pick things for ourselves, and just the general ability to use your brain to make a life for yourself. So today, that's one thing that I do not take for granted. I am grateful for the ability to think. So without rambling too much, let's get into the video. So today's reminder is for us to stop sabotaging ourselves, because in as much as we're supposed to be our biggest cheerleaders, sometimes we're our biggest sabotagers. Let me explain. So let's say you have something you've been thinking about for a very long time. Let's say you have something you've been thinking about for a very long time, you've been planning for a very long time, and then you stop doing it, you stop going for it, you stop trying to do it. Why? Not because someone else told you can't do it, not because someone else told you like this is not for you. No, it's because you told yourself. When you have a dream, the biggest person you talk about it with, the biggest person you discuss ideas about it with is yourself. And it is within you to either do something or not do something. It doesn't matter if other people are telling you you can't do it. It doesn't matter if other people are telling you go for it. If you yourself is not cheering yourself, is not like telling yourself you can do it, you can't. So sometimes we find that we are our biggest sabotagers. First, we do this by comparing ourselves to others. Let's say you want to do something and then you see someone else start doing it. You're like, okay, no, I don't think I can still do it because so and so is doing it already. And or I don't think I'll do it as better as the other person. I don't think I am able to do it just like the other person is doing it. I don't think I'm able to, like, if say someone else have already done it. Because let's remember this thing, nothing is new under the sun. So whatever you are thinking of doing, whatever you are thinking of starting, someone else is already doing it. You know, the difference is this time it's you have something different to bring into it. You might be doing the same thing, but the impact you're having on other people, they're like the things that you're putting into it are different from the other person, because in as much as the idea is the same, but the execution, the like small details in it are different. So the first thing that we do to sabotage ourselves is comparing ourselves to others, and that is one thing that makes or breaks us. That's the first thing that we do when you're sabotaging ourselves. The next thing is that we belittle ourselves. The next thing is that we belittle our dreams and we belittle our ideas. So it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand with the first one, because once you see someone else doing something that you've been thinking of, then you start analyzing yourself and you think, okay, they've done it so better than how I will do it. They've done it much more bigger than what I'll do. And we start belittling our ideas and belittling our dreams too. And this will make us stop doing whatever we wanted to do, because in our heads we've already failed. So that's another thing, when we belittle our ideas, make it so little and it seems so irrelevant that it reaches a point that, and we're like, no, I don't think I can do it anymore. And the third one is when we are too hard on ourselves. We are our biggest critics as humans, because whatever you're thinking about doing, whatever the ideas you have, the first person who goes through the list of the things you want to do, the first person who goes through the outcomes of whatever you are doing is you. And if you are the first person who sees these things, who hears these ideas, and you're the first person to say, oh, this was terrible, oh, this was, it means you will stop doing whatever you're doing. It means you will not still be motivated to be doing whatever you're doing, because you've already told yourself, no, you're not good enough, you're not doing it as good as the other person, you're not doing it as like better. Like, look at what so and so is doing, they're doing it better, I don't think you're going to do it. So another thing that we do to sabotage ourselves, sabotage our dreams, sabotage our ideas, is when we are too hard on ourselves. We are our biggest critics, and this is something that we as humans can't control, but we can do it in a way that we are our positive critics. Yes, we see what we've done wrong, but we also see all the things that we've done good for ourselves. In as much as we critique ourselves and pick out all the things that are wrong with us, we should also think about all the good things that we can do for ourselves, all the good things that we can accomplish. So that's the third thing. So in today's reminder, I just wanted to remind us that in as much as we are looking at all the bad things that we have done, all the things that other people have done, let's remember that this is ourselves. You are talking to yourself the most. You are with yourself the most. And if you are your biggest critic, it will mean that you're in your mind, you always have negative thoughts, because what your mind is always telling you is that you're not good enough, you're doing it wrong, you can't do this and that. So let's remember that sometimes it's not from the outside influence. And this is something that you should not forget, that what makes a ship sink is not the water that is outside, but the water that is coming inside. So no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Remember that you are your biggest critic, you are your biggest cheerleader, and you are your biggest, like, the person you are with the most. And make sure that everything you tell yourself, sometimes yes, it becomes negative, but make sure that the biggest percentage of the things you talk to yourself about are positive, because it's only you who can decide what to do with yourself. It's only you who can decide when to do something, how to do something, and it's only you that can actually be happy if something turns out the way you wanted it to be. It doesn't matter if other people are encouraging, like happy, cheering you, saying, oh my god, this was good. If you don't feel like you've done enough, if you don't feel like you've put in your effort, then it won't be worth it. So in as much as we forget it sometimes, let's not be our sabotagers. Sometimes you're the one who's stopping your own dreams. Sometimes you're the one who's standing in your own way. It's not other people. So in as much as we walk around the world and say, play victims, let's remember that we are the biggest people. We are the biggest people who influence ourselves. We are the biggest people who motivate ourselves. We are the biggest people who cheer ourselves. So be the person who always cheers you, and not the person who always brings yourself down. So that's the reminder for today. And tell me down there how you motivate yourself, how you encourage yourself when you're feeling down, and some ways that you feel like we sabotage our dreams and our ideas. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Remember, don't sabotage yourself. You're your biggest cheerleader. Bye.